What's up, everybody, and welcome to the MNSpiritCast.
Could you tell us your name?
Automatically tell that you were for the
little card that we send. That's just like a little pivot. That's like a little bit.
Because I think it changes their heart because we have it.
I'm not thinking whatever it is.
was in this area and walked in.
Guys, what was the image to that song?
Spent some good time on this, and we're going to show it today. So hopefully people like it.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the MNSpiritCast. We're doing it a little late tonight, but it's actually good to see you all here. Before we get started, we have an amazing panel tonight. Right over next to our guests over here, this is Brandon. He's my co-host. He is the lead producer and technician of Minnesota Spirit Hunters. Welcome, Brandon. Thanks for joining.
How's it going?
Not too bad. Hope it's going good with you as well. And you just got back from your Pennsylvania trip. How was it?
Yep. It was long and tiring.
I bet. We'll be producing some footage from that vacation here in the near future. So keep an eye out for that. But right below Brandon is our co-founder and lead investigator, Nicole. Welcome.
Hello.
Thanks for joining. And right next to that butthead is Mike and Rachel. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Thanks for joining, guys. And as you guys saw at the beginning of the video, we played a video that we normally don't play, but we are officially part of the Global Ghost Hunt, hosted by our very special guest tonight, Bryan-Jon Laverty. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Absolutely.
No
And
clapping necessary. Please don't clap. Please.
Round of
Please
applause.
don't clap.
well, so Brian, you have a lot of stuff which obviously we could talk about forever. And we will get a little into the Global Ghost Hunt tonight, but tonight we are focusing on ParaPost Network. We want to dig deep into ParaPost and kind of give everybody a feel of what it's like to be part of ParaPost and extend the opportunity for more people to stream on ParaPost. So, first of all, why don't you start by telling us what exactly did you envision when you created ParaPost?
Are we talking the app or are we talking about the Facebook page?
You know, the app, I feel like the app doesn't get talked about as much as it should be.
Okay.
This app is a new platform, just like Facebook, but it's
Yeah.
all paranormal and it's drama-free on ParaPost. So
Yeah.
let's dig deep into ParaPost, the app itself.
Okay. Basically, how I've been asked this question a few times, but basically, it's nothing glamorous, to be honest. I was strolling through all these different social media platforms, and we all know what the famous ones are. We're on one right now, but it was mainly because of another page or another platform. And I was just strolling through, the different posts and all that stuff. But one thing I found with this other particular platform, there was a lot of fighting going on. A lot of fighting going on. People getting upset. People's egos getting hurt. Whatever it was just like reading all this stuff and going, my God, this is what I signed up for, is to hear all this stuff that's going on all the time. Right. And so it's something that I had thought about previously, because it was something that I thought about because there wasn't really a platform where people that what we specialize in can go to. Mm-hmm. Like, of course, you got your Facebooks, you got your Twitters, you got your Instagrams, and you have to go searching and stuff like that and punching it in. But I just noticed with Facebook, when you did something with, ghost hunting, or hundreds of thousands of things came up, and there was like 4 or 5 people with each one. There wasn't like large. Yeah, of course, there are bigger ones out there. I understand that. But I just found that there was so much crap going on these platforms. I just said, you know what? Something I thought about, never thought I would do it. And I turned to a buddy of mine I called a buddy of mine and I said, listen, I got this idea. What do you think? And he goes, I think it's amazing. So originally, when I first brought out ParaPost, I had a partner. His name was Mike. And he was a friend, and he loved it. So we just decided, well, let's see what happens. Let's see what kind of buzz we can get from it. So we actually found a template. We got that template. You had to buy the template, and obviously, and then we put it up, and we got the domain name and all those things, and we put it up, and we got a little bit of a buzz. But unfortunately, the template that we were using was, and I'll be honest, and sorry for me to say that, it was shit. It was shit. Why not? It was crap. And Mike, who was the tech guy, because he's good at he's a whiz at WordPress and all that stuff. He's a whiz at WordPress and doing the back end of sites and stuff like that. And so he was going to be the tech guy, and I was going to be up front getting it out there. But unfortunately, this particular template, you couldn't do anything in the background. You couldn't change anything. You couldn't add anything. You couldn't do anything. Well, you could add, but you had to buy it separately. Yeah. And you'd have to go through this company. And so he couldn't do anything. Every time you'd email this guy, no, you can't do that. No, you can't do this. No, you can't do that. Well, we ended up finding out a few weeks, probably about a month and a half after we launched. And it was honestly, it was a soft launch. We launched it in March, but it was end of March, beginning of April. So it was a soft launch. And we found out this guy was a broker. Oh, he wasn't the actual guy that was really had anything to do with the back end of the site. So he actually was brokering for somebody else, but he would never message them to find out if we could change anything. Anyways, it was a real friggin' hassle. So we decided, I go, you know what? We got a little bit of a buzz. People are interested in it. And I think in the first couple of days, we got 100 users. Oh, wow. In the first couple of days. Wow. And so we figured, okay. So I spoke to Mike and I said, listen, if we're going to do this, we got to do it right.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to build a better platform and something that we can use, that we can change stuff if we want to. So so I honestly, I just put an email out or an advertisement to a local, it's called, I don't know. You guys have Kijiji there? Have you ever heard of it?
Never heard of it.
So it's a lot like, what's the famous one like that you guys can place ads on and stuff like that in the States? Forget what it's called. It's here in Canada too. But anyways, I placed it out on Kijiji and somebody answered it. And it was this guy named Jordan. And we started talking. I told him my ideas. I told him what I was doing. He loved it. And so I brought him on. And he's been my IT guy ever since. Mm-hmm. Now, and you can ask Jordan, and he can confirm this. In order for us to move those users over to the new platform, we had to buy the users from the old template. Mm-hmm. We had to buy them. But in order for us to move them over to the new platform, it took them almost a month.
Oh, wow.
And that was also transferring the media stuff as well. And by the end of it, Jordan basically said to me, if I ever have to do that again, I'm going to literally shoot myself. So, so it was kind of funny. So we actually did our real launch in June of last year. And it's been going smooth. Like, I'll be honest, I had a plan. I had a plan that I wanted to do and how I wanted to grow it and stuff like that, and how long it was going to take to really take off. So I had a real plan on, and something I wrote down. And to be honest, we're about 9 months ahead of schedule.
Really?
What my plans were for it. I had a lot of people approach me, especially through Facebook. That really started marketing it out for me. And that's when it really started growing. And, right now, I think we're at 1,140 right now.
Wow.
So, we're growing. I know we're growing because my host called me the other day and says, okay, you're going over your bandwidth. It's time to upgrade. Huh. And, which I never like hearing from them, to be honest, because I know if I'm going to hear from them, it's about something about upgrading. But the great thing is the host told me that the progression is growing every single month, and it's just getting bigger and better every single month. And to be honest, I'm about 9 or 10 months ahead of schedule, and I have big plans for it. And this is what people are seeing now is not what the final product is going to be.
Cool.
Eventually, it's going to have its own platform, which means it's going to be like a Facebook. It's going to be like a Twitter. It's going to be like an Instagram. Mm-hmm. It's going to be redone and put on a platform for ParaPost. It will have its own servers. It will be 24-hour support. It will, customer service support. It will be run by tech people every single day. And that is the plan. And the biggest plan about it is, I'm probably saying stuff that you're going to ask me. So I went on and wanted. I might as well cover it now. What's that?
Might as well cover it now.
Yeah. So I'll stop there, and you can ask me some questions. That's what. Now, to be honest, that's how it really started, and now it's just been growing. So.
Yeah. What I'm doing right now is trying to pull up ParaPost Network on Google, and I want people to see ParaPost Network because ParaPost Network. Well, first of all, let's start with Brandon, Nicole, Mike, and Rachel. Have you guys heard of ParaPost Network?
Yeah.
I hadn't heard of it until I came back and started talking with you again, Marcus. And came back to the group again. I hadn't heard about it until then.
Okay.
Yeah, it's I've even I take a look at obviously I take a look at the stats all the time and what countries are seeing it, and it's gone as far as Germany, and
wow.
it's going everywhere now. Like it's being seen a lot in Australia. It's all over, and and it's funny that Irene's up here because I did see a couple from Japan as well. Now, could that have been Irene? I don't know, but I've seen quite a few from Japan. So it's definitely going. It's definitely growing. And the great thing is, because of the amount of downloads that I'm getting and the amount of views I'm getting, Google is now starting to push it out as well. So that means it's doing something. If you're getting that, like I'm getting reports from Google every month about how well the site is doing, and it's being pushed out by Google. Which is great. Which is what you want when you have a site. You want it to be pushed out by Google or Microsoft or whatever. So
right.
Yeah. Now, I have ParaPost Network pulled up right now for anyone who has not seen ParaPost Network.
I swear that's not at my house.
Mine's only a screaming baby.
I'll take blame.
All right, so what we're going to do right now, guys, is we're going to go over and we're going to take a look at ParaPost Network. If nobody has seen ParaPost Network yet, Brian has recently released merchandise for ParaPost Network too. So you can pick up your merchandise and show your support for ParaPost Network. But let's go ahead and go over and take a look for anybody who has not seen ParaPost yet. This is the homepage of ParaPost Network. Now, Minnesota Spirit Hunters.
Actually, that's the watch page.
Oh, is it?
Yes, it is. So I tell people that if they want to hook up their YouTube channel to ParaPost, they can do that.
Okay.
It's so basically what you do is you go in there and go to the you'll see watch, you'll hit submit video, and then you'll go to this other page and it says YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and other things. But then there's a red box there. It says integration, thank you, to YouTube. Click on that, and then you just go through the simple steps. So it's basically your channel, ULR, what your videos are about. So you can click on one of those things. And the last thing, and people don't do this step, so I ended up having to do it for them. But the last spot, it says author. The author is the person, the user on ParaPost, your name. So if you're doing it, you would put your name in the author. So let's say for myself, if I fill out all the information and then at the end it says author, I put Bryan-Jon Laverty, and your name automatically comes up. So then you just click on it, you hit submit, and you're done. And basically every time you upload a video on YouTube, it automatically uploads to ParaPost. Now what people don't realize, and this is the great thing also, that if you do that, the likes and the views also go to YouTube.
Really?
Okay.
So and people don't know that, but it's actually hooked up to YouTube. So you get those views, you get those likes over on YouTube as well. It's just another way to get your stuff out there. Because let's be honest, lately, I would say in the last year, views have gone completely down on YouTube. Like a lot. Yeah. And like people that used to get 25,000 views are now getting 6,000 views.
Now you're seeing all these videos on, TikTok and now Facebook and Instagram and everything else. Nobody wants to go and try and search up something on YouTube.
But and I know TikTok, I believe if it hasn't happened already, I believe you can put 10-minute videos up there now.
I believe
I know the longest that I've seen is like 4 or 5.
Well, it used to be it was 5 minutes, and now I just recently heard that it's going up to 10 minutes. And here's some other information. I don't know. I said on a show the other day that Facebook and Google are no longer going to have TikTok on their platforms.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you try to put up, you try to put a TikTok video up on Facebook, it's going to get taken down. And you are no longer going to be able to get TikTok in the Google Play Store.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
It's been destructive a little bit. So.
Well, no. See, that person said you can't do 10-minute videos now.
By the way, T's Bridging the Gap, which is our medium T, is here in the comment or in the audience. This is Rochelle here on the here on the screen.
Yeah, so Marcus? Is that who took over? Is that who took over the our Facebook? Is that T?
Yeah. No, it's Rochelle.
Oh, okay.
So welcome, Rochelle. Welcome, T. Now, see my view. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, like, it's like Facebook is obviously. I heard, what was it about a month ago? Facebook has lost over the last couple of years. They've lost 200 million users.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So it's everybody's going over to TikTok or going to other platforms because honestly, you can't do anything on Facebook anymore without getting a violation.
Yeah.
And it's like I say this. I've said this story a few times. I was watching a show on ParaPost Network Central page, and they had a UFO specialist on. Mm-hmm. And in the comments, I put 3 alien heads, and I got a violation.
Oh my God!
Wow.
That makes no sense.
Like I was watching one of Matt Barron's lives.
Why would you do that?
I was watching one of Matt Barron's live one night, and he was saying that it was when he was going through a little bit of a tough time with some people through his P3 program, and he was down on himself. And I understood that. But I said, you know what, man, you're doing a wonderful thing. Stop bringing yourself down. And I said I was going to go over. If you don't stop, I'm going to come and kick your double dollar signs. And I want to be careful because I don't want to get your live double dollar signs. And I got a violation for inciting violence.
Wow.
Like I was kidding, and I was trying to lift his spirits up, and it's like I'm telling you, the fact checkers at Facebook are absolutely ridiculous because they're violating everything now. Like, look what happened a couple of months ago through ParaPost Network Central. StreamYard was getting violated.
Yeah,
like they're a violation for StreamYard countdowns. Like
that's why we don't use it.
What is going on?
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. And this is why I'm glad I built the platform, because you can go over to this platform and not worry about that crap. Getting a violation. I have the delete button, but I'm a big believer in people being able to say what they want to say and not being knocked down for it or having a violation. It's just it's ridiculous. And I understand the copyright stuff. I understand that. But, when you're starting to give violations for countdown, it's just ridiculous, especially when StreamYard and Facebook are supposed to have a relationship, and it's just ridiculous. But anyways, there you go, Irene. Irene finds herself in jail quite a bit sometimes.
I've never been in Facebook jail. Some of the things that I post, though, they're kind of on the edge of, maybe.
Understand this. Try to understand this. Now, there's somebody that I know from, my past that was made a comment on a posting of a woman abusing a dog.
What?
And she actually said she put something in the post about this and made a kind of, not necessarily threatening, but in a way that, you're disgusting, you shouldn't, whatever. Anyway, she got a violation. and she got put in Facebook jail for somebody that was committing violence on a dog. Now,
I
correct
saw
me if
that.
I'm wrong, but shouldn't the person putting the post be getting that violation? Not the person that's making a comment? It's just
Before someone
ridiculous.
copies it and gets it
Yeah,
spread all
so-
over.
Yeah. So I got a violation doing that for Matt trying to pick him up. But I was inciting violence.
Wow.
It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Wow.
But this is one of the reasons why I created the platform, because hopefully once the platform gets its own platform, and then it'll just be mounds and mounds of people leaving. And I know it's going to end up happening. Facebook's going to do the old call, because I know they've done it to other people. We want to buy your site. And basically what they do is they buy it and then they shut it down.
Eliminate the competition, basically.
Yeah. So, but I will
they
say,
don't want all the publicity going to a different platform.
yeah, that's true. But what I'll say is I really think, and I think a lot of people know this, but I think Facebook has a real problem with people that are in the paranormal, UFOs, cryptids.
Oh, definitely.
Supernatural. I think most people know that. And I think a lot of times that's why you get the copyrights, because they're trying to shut those people down, unfortunately. I hope MySpace comes back. There's a blast from the past. Wow.
I think what it is a lot of people fear what they don't know.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, I
and
can see,
you know,
yeah.
you get all these people that say, "Oh, you know, where's the science to back it up?" It's not science. It's this is happening to us. This is our life. We see this shit. Pardon my language. We see this all the time. I mean, we're feeling it. We're
living.
Right. We are. It's not, you know, quote unquote science. It's here in the flesh. You know, I'm, you know, seeing an apparition right in front of me. Science can't explain that. So don't sit and try and say, you know, oh, you know, you don't have the science to back it up. Well, you're right, I don't. But you can clearly see that there is something here.
And people are trying to, you know.
Facebook has a real problem with freedom of speech. That's the real problem.
Exactly. Now, you know, my whole view on this is that you can't open Facebook one time without seeing something that was posted on TikTok and stuff. So I see why TikTok is kind of fading away a little bit. However, a lot of people in the paranormal field are making their way over to other platforms such as Twitch and all these other sites. Now, if we could get it to where we can promote ParaPost Network as much as possible and get everyone to come over there, that will be the Facebook for paranormal. You won't get your violations. You won't be put in ParaPost jail or whatever. You know, it's drama free, and you can feel free to post what you want and promote yourself as well as promoting others.
And you know, like the only thing I really won't allow on the site is porn.
Oh,
trust me. Listen. Somebody's already tried it. Somebody already tried it.
Really?
Was it good?
Well, no, it wasn't good. But you know, so that kind of stuff gets automatic. Unfortunately, people can try, but it automatically gets blocked. But with the site, but you know, I saw it right there. I saw it in the back of the site. It's right there. Somebody tried. We've had a couple of people come over and try to spam. They spammed all the people in the messaging and stuff like that. There was a guy that was acting, and it's funny because I get all this stuff. I can see all this stuff. But this guy was sending messages to everyone, pretending that he was a woman, and he was wanting money. But I found out, because it's in the back of the site, he was a doctor from India.
Oh,
was he a doctor though?
Yeah, he was a doctor. He was a man. He wasn't a woman. He was a doctor, and it was just weird. But we've only had a couple occasions where we've had that, honestly. And we've been open for what, a year now, and I have yet to have a problem.
Yeah.
A real issue. Absolutely nothing. And, I think it was Brian and Eldon from, Global that first said it. It's drama free. There's absolutely nothing. People are going there because they know what they're going to expect. They're going to see other paranormal investigators. They're going to see other UFO specialists. They're going to see supernatural. Even mediums are now joining the site now. And they know what to expect when they get there. And they just want to see other people's evidence.
Yes.
And other people's stories and other people's pictures and other people's videos. And, I delete them as I see them post.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So I don't know what she means by that. I delete them as I see them post. I don't. Is that on her own page or I don't know?
I believe so. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, Sarah's an interesting. It's funny. Sarah's interesting. I love Sarah. I really do. But when I get a message from Sarah, I know it's going to be something about ParaPost.
Oh no! please do not get started on the calendar topic.
Oh, you gotta love Sarah. I think for the first 3 months of her being on ParaPost, I think I got a message from her every other work. I can't remember my password. Well, I don't have your password. Well, I don't see that stuff. We're not allowed to see that stuff. And and this is another thing I want people to understand as well. We don't want your information. We don't ask for your phone number. We don't ask for those type of things like Facebook does. You just need to make an account with your email address, and that's it. That's all you need.
So
we don't want your information. What's that?
So that's all you should have to do.
Yeah. Like, why do I want you? Sorry, no offense to anybody, but I don't want your phone number.
Right.
Like,
what if we want yours?
Well, unless of course you're cute, then
what if we want yours?
What's that?
What if we want your phone number?
Well, I think you do already, don't you?
Depends on
I
who
got
it
your
is.
number, buddy. Who here wants it?
We can find on Facebook.
We don't want your information. We don't want it. We don't need it. We don't see the reason why we should have it. And that's your own privacy. And I think that's the biggest problem with Facebook and all these platforms. As soon as you sign up to these sites, you lose your privacy. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
We're not like that. Our site isn't like that. We don't want that stuff. And no offense to anybody, but we just don't want it. So there are things that are going to have to change on the site eventually, but until then, there's big things coming. And my biggest goal with ParaPost, and everybody knows this, to have live streaming on ParaPost. And that's my goal. That is my goal. And that's why I built ParaPost Network Central on Facebook, to get all these podcasts over to the page. And eventually, once I do have live, I can move everybody over from there and put them on ParaPost. So if you have 5 platforms that you're going live on, now you're going to have 6. And it's just going to be a matter of you guys are going to grow. And that's what I want everybody to do, is grow. There's so many wonderful podcasts out there and live investigations that people don't get to see that I want them to see. And like when I asked, Marcus to bring his podcast onto ParaPost, he was surprised. First things first. And second of all, he's a great guy, and you guys got a great team, and you guys should be seen. And that's my goal for everyone.
Appreciate that, man. Really,
that's my goal for everyone, and that's why I created the app and the Facebook page.
Awesome. So we've talked about the app now. A lot of people are part of the ParaPost Network Central streaming page.
Yes.
And basically, ParaPost Network streaming page is another platform that you can stream to, where I don't exactly know what all happens on the ParaPost Network streaming page, but I do know that it's a safe place to stream your podcast. Considering it's on Facebook, that would be the only issue.
Yes.
But as far as streaming your podcasts or your investigations over the ParaPost Network, numbers have went up, man. And I've been checking out the stats of our podcasts. Numbers go up every single time we do a podcast, so it's a good place to stream. Absolutely.
You know, it's funny when I first see, I had the page for since probably last, and you know, it's funny. Mike is the one that created the page before he left. So we had the page. We weren't really doing anything on it. Like I think we had like 130 people. You know, with 130 people following it. And well, that's because they were on ParaPost Network, the app, and they were following it. And I just sat down one day and I was strolling through Facebook, and I was watching all these podcasts because I do follow a lot of podcasts on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I go, you know what? Like all these podcasts that are sitting here, and so many podcasts out there that people aren't viewing or aren't seeing because they don't know anything about it. So I said, you know what am I going to do with this page? And I think I took a weekend to decide what I was going to do. And I go, you know what? I'm going to see if this works, because I've seen other networks bring other podcasts to their network right on Facebook. So I said, you know what? I'm going to create something that people can just come over and not worry about a network or, you know, anything like that. And if they do have a network, they can put the network on their description if they want to, just helping build everyone, you know. And so then I started reaching out to a few people if they were interested in bringing their podcast over, and they were, because it gave them another platform to stream to that they didn't have before. And that's what it was really about. You know, there's it's not rocket science. A lot of people out there that have, you know, StreamYard, they have like multiple places that they can stream to, but they don't have them because they don't want to start them from scratch.
Exactly.
Let's be honest. When you're starting a page from scratch, it's really, really hard to build. So I figured if I brought all these podcasts over, I'd be able to build really quickly, which I did.
Yep.
And so then I could get more podcasts coming over. And my goal was not to have a schedule, because a lot of these networks have a schedule, and I don't like the schedule. I think people that are coming to the page, if there's like 3 shows going on, they can watch all 3 shows. They can go to one, to the next, to the next. And if somebody were to leave, like somebody were to end that show, the people that were on that show could go to the next show.
Yes.
And have different choices.
Yeah.
Now, what I want,
great concept.
Yeah. What I want people to understand is this is not about paranormal. Like if you have a podcast and it has nothing to do with the paranormal, I don't care. Bring it over to the page. You know, I've had it for 4 months now. And it went from 130 to it's almost at 2,700 now.
Wow.
And you know, it's just another place to stream to, and that's all it was. It wasn't about anything else except that. It's about people coming over, bringing their podcasts over, having another page to stream to, and getting more followers and more likes. Because let's be honest, the algorithm is important on any website. And like my site is important. It's on Google, and it's doing extremely well on Google. And that's all it was about. Just everybody growing, everybody connecting. It was somebody said to me the other day, it's free networking. It's free. Doesn't cost you anything. You just have to message me, say, can I be on your page? For sure.
Yeah.
Well, my shows, like, look, I have Don Vick on the page. He has nothing to do with paranormal. He's about actors and boxers and MMA fighters. Couldn't get that out. And every so often he has something to do with paranormal. I know he's coming up with a show soon. It's on Bigfoot. Joe. And this is another thing I think is great. Don asked me if I knew anybody that was into I shouldn't say Don because his name's Victor, right? So
I think so.
Yeah. So he messaged me. He goes, "Do you know anybody that has anything to do with Bigfoot?" Because he's a huge Bigfoot fan. I said, "Yeah, I do." Joe is on the page. He's huge into Bigfoot. He actually goes hunting for Bigfoot. So I was able to connect those two, and now he's going to be on Don Vic's show. That's what it's about. This is what this page is about. It's about everybody networking and growing. You know, and some people have come and gone, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with it. If you want to leave, you want to leave. I'm not gonna get upset. But you're losing a potential of gaining more followers, and that's fine. If that's what you want to do, it's up to you. But at the end of the day, it was about everybody networking with everyone. So let's say this show's on. Once this show ends, if another show came on, the people in this show could go to the next show, and vice versa. And that's what it was about. But there was a method to my madness.
And
once I get the live on ParaPost the app, I will bring everybody from here over to the new platform. So awesome. That was the method to my madness.
Awesome. So in conclusion to all of this that you have created for ParaPost Network, do you feel that your expectations for not only the streaming platform but the app also, do you feel your expectations were met?
Oh, beyond that. Beyond that, like I said earlier with ParaPost Network, the app, like I'm about 10 months ahead of schedule. And like I didn't think if people would be, to be honest, I didn't think anybody, I thought it might have a select few people that might be interested, but it's growing. Like we're getting new users. The great thing is we're getting new users every single day now. Before we get like 5 one day, and then the next week we might get 3, or the week after we might get 2. Now it's constant. Every day there's people signing up. And it might not be it might not be a platform the size of Twitter or Facebook or whatever, but I want people to understand that they can come over to a platform and not be judged on what they love and what they do. I tell this story. This happened about 5 months ago. There was a guy that messaged me in Instagram, and he didn't know about ParaPost, but he was thinking about quitting the paranormal investigations because every time he put up a video, every time he did something, he got made fun of. And it broke my heart. It really, really broke my heart. And for a guy that has such a passion for this industry and get forced out because of stupid trolls and stupid people making fun of him. And then he said, I found this app, and he said, thank you for doing this. I really appreciate it. Now he's on the app, and he posts and stuff like that. And it's great. And it's comments like that I know I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing the right thing for people, and people, there's a lot of people out there that do some wonderful videos, and, after the video is shown, you get all these hate comments. It's ridiculous. Yeah. But people know when they come over to this platform that they're not going to get that. They're not going to get it. And because everybody's there for the right intentions, and that's to support everyone and look at other people's evidence and pictures and videos. And I had somebody message me the other day and said she loves the watch page. She goes over to the watch page and watches all kinds of videos. Right now, there's over 6,000 videos up there.
Really?
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's growing. We have 90, I think there's 91 or 92 people on the app that have hooked up their YouTube to ParaPost.
Oh, that is amazing.
Wow.
There's one guy that has there's one guy that I think it's 980 videos.
Wow.
That he has up there, and he loves it. And it's just you know what, you can just stroll all day and just watch all kinds of videos. Now, well, I will say, and if I can say this, when people are in their YouTube and you're creating your video, I need to tell this to people, because sometimes when you're going through the watch page, it will say not available. The reason why that's happening because in your YouTube setting, you have to allow embedding.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to click on that, because if you don't, then the video will not go over to ParaPost. It will say it's unavailable. So once you go into the video, allow, and you just have to click it once. You don't ever have to do it again. And every video will go up on the ParaPost, because there's a lot of podcasts, not the live videos, but a lot of the videos that people are uploading, the live podcasts, generally get unavailable unless you've checkmarked that little box.
Mm-hmm.
So people need to know that, because people have been asking, why is my video unavailable? Well, you have to go over and do this.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Okay. All right. All right, guys. Well, we are going to take a short intermission to play some promotional videos here. And when we come back, we have a few more questions for Brian about ParaPost Network. And we're going to touch slightly on the global ghost hunt tonight. And then Brian will be back next week to talk about Huntaphobia. We'll touch some more on global ghost hunt then. But enjoy the short... Babies being weird.
Gotta love them.
Enjoy the short intermission, and we'll see you guys right back here in a few. And welcome back to the show with Bryan-Jon Laverty for ParaPost Network. And Nicole is back with us. So
I'm sitting in my car right now trying to see if this will work because my Wi-Fi for whatever reason kept cutting out. So all you guys were just black screens with the loading circle for me.
Oh, okay. Okay. And we have some new comments here and some questions. Brian, any new merch for ParaPost? Love the bags.
I'm actually in transition of moving companies. So there will be some stuff coming out soon, especially hats.
Okay.
Hats will be coming soon.
I definitely love my hat.
I got so much going on right now that it's really hard to keep up on everything because other than all this Huntaphobia and ParaPost and Global, and I have other things in my life as well. And so I just found out I have an audition for this Friday, and not a lot of people know this. I'm an actor here in Toronto, and so I've done quite a bit of TV shows over the last couple of years.
Cool.
And so I have an audition for a commercial this Friday. So yeah,
heck yeah.
So, congrats!
Yes, congratulations, and hope you get it, man.
I would love to. I've done so many auditions for commercials. For some reason, I don't get them. But when it comes to TV shows, I have no problems getting. It's usually as a cop or something in military or an authority.
I can see that. I can see that. You definitely have the face for it. I will say that.
My last role,
it's the body stature.
Yes, yes.
My last role, I was a bomb squad commander.
Oh, there you go.
And and that was pretty cool. That was a pretty cool gig. So, it's an authority figure that I always get. And I was even. Have you guys ever heard of the show Disasters at Sea?
I've heard of it. Yeah.
It's big in the States. I had the lead role on that show, and so I've done a lot. But so other than all the paranormal stuff, and I do have other things I do as well. So it's really hard to keep up to everything.
Sorry to kind of interject here. I have to agree with Joshua. He put on there, he had to take a break from the paranormal due to health reasons. Right there. That's part of the reason why I stepped away from MNSH for a while, because my daughter was born super early, and so I was having health issues of my own. I had to help deal with her, and then to try and open myself up to the paranormal and bring that around her. It's not hi Rena. Sorry, she's my goddaughter. I love her so much. It's hard to be around that, knowing that you're not in that, good state of mind in order to do the investigations and, do what we do. It really hits you hard, because if you're not in the right state of mind, you will get hurt.
Thank you.
And it's not fun.
Yeah, I agree. And was saying that also, I think it was about a month ago, 2 months. Well, maybe it was probably longer. It was probably about 2.5 months ago that, the biggest problem that I find in this industry, and, Matt has talked about it several times, and I know you, Marcus, have talked about it as well. And there's other podcasts. The biggest problem in this industry is nobody, and I think, and honestly, I think we're changing it. The biggest problem in this industry is loyalty.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that is a big thing.
And I know we talk about egos and stuff like that, but I think the biggest issue in this industry is loyalty. There's some of these people will stab you in the back as quick as they can, and they will, 1 minute you'll be talking to them, and then the next minute they're talking to somebody else and stabbing you in the back. And
just because they want to take that next step up. That's what it is.
I thought I had there was somebody that I thought was a friend, and this it was about 2.5-3 months ago, and I felt like he stabbed me in the back for no reason, especially after I supported him for everything I could support him on. And I know we talk about egos and stuff like that, but I think the problem in this industry is loyalty. Nobody's loyal to anybody. And, obviously there's, like you guys, Minnesota Spirit Hunters and Matt's P3 program and some other people. But I think that's the biggest issue in this industry. People are so quickly to jump and stab somebody else for whatever the reason. And I was considering leaving the industry. And, it really upset me. It really bothered me. And it's happened to a couple of other people did the same thing, that, they got what they wanted out of me and threw me away.
Yep.
And
like this
you guys
comment
know this
right up here: eat you up and spit you out.
Yeah, and you guys know me. Like, I'm a huge supporter of other people. That will never stop, and I've always been like that. I've been like that since I was a kid.
Absolutely.
And I'm not going to change who I am. And I'm the first one to support anybody.
I think
really
one of the big things is that a lot of people that come into this business, they come into it wanting the fame, so that they purposely try to get to the point where they're like, Zach or Go Hunters. They want to be able to get to that fame of being on TV and having their own show, and they don't care who they hurt or what they hurt in the process.
That shouldn't be the point of all this anyways.
Well, no.
Right, and that's not what we strive for. We strive to get answers and to figure out, like Marcus and I talked about this, a couple months ago. I think, we aren't in it we're not in it for the money. We're not in it for the fame. Yeah, if we, get a following of people to see, what we do, okay, that's great, but we're in it to help our clients and to help them understand what is going on and what's happening in their home, and to see if we can help them to, either live with what's going on or help the spirit or this entity, whatever, to move on from this place,
Yeah, and that's the biggest, and that's a problem too. People think they're going to pick up a camera and go ghost hunting and they're going to be on TV. It doesn't work that way. It really doesn't work that way. But, this particular person, I really helped and help him grow. And I felt like he treated me like garbage and threw me away. And you know what? Somebody said to me the other day, you got to stop being so nice and stop letting these people walk all over you. Well, you know what? I'm not going to change because of some idiot.
Exactly.
And that did what he did. And, I always come to the conclusion that what goes around comes around, and karma's a bitch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And, he will get his, and that's fine. I move on, but I came close to quitting, and I spoke to AJ from Talking with the Source. We had a very, very long conversation, and he helped me realize that you don't need them. You don't need them. Just walk away and don't worry about it. You're doing good things. You're helping a lot of people, and that's what you got to think about. And that's what I did. And there were a few other people I spoke to as well, but AJ is funny about AJ. You know who I'm talking about, AJ, with Talking with the Source, right?
Yeah.
It's funny about AJ. When I first met AJ, it's kind of funny. It's actually a funny story. This is when that big story was going around about Mr. Faker. That was everywhere. Is going on all the podcasts. I won't say his name. Everybody knows who he is. He's the medium, and he spent some time with the a serial killer. You know who I'm talking about. So I reached out to AJ, and because he was doing a special on him, and they'd already had him on twice. So I reached out to him. I said, dude, you got to, I know what you guys are doing. I'm sorry to do this to you, but this guy is not real. He's a faker. Mm-hmm. And he didn't believe me. He gave me attitude. He gave me a lot of attitude through text and thought I was lying. And then I showed him the proof. And so long story short, we're like best friends now. And it's funny how it turns out. And AJ's a great guy. Robin's a great guy. They have a great show. And again, they're building, ever since they've come over to the ParaPost platform. Like, I'm an editor on their page. I'm seeing all the followings they're getting every day now because you get those notifications. Mm-hmm. And they're doing well. And I'm hoping that I have a little bit of help with that. Like they're growing and stuff, like with your Minnesota Spirit Hunters as well. It's I want everybody to grow and I want everybody to do well, and that's why I created both platforms. Mm-hmm.
And the platforms are doing amazing. They will continue to be amazing. And for anybody out there who wants something better and where you could just open up about your team and support others and all of that, consider making the switch, because it's drama free, just like the P3 program, so it's our
own little paranormal world where we don't have to worry about,
judge.
We were talking about earlier, the Facebook thing or whatever. We don't have to worry about all these people, giving you the negatives, oh, that's stupid. Oh, there's this. Oh, there's that. We have our own safe space, and nobody is going to judge us for anything that we see, anything that we say, or anything that we post.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you know what? I think Matt said it the other day, or said it last week, or something like that. And when I say Matt, I mean Matt Barron. Mm-hmm. That's the Parafam, the Para-Unity, however you want to say it. I think it's growing and growing and growing, and the people with the egos and the people that are stabbing people in the back, all those people are slowly disappearing.
Yeah,
and we're getting bigger, bigger, and bigger, and we're going to get to a point where those people are just not around anymore, and we're going to all have the same goal. And we all have the same goals, to find what lies beyond death. Mm-hmm. And, and get those answers, get that evidence. And that's what we're all searching for. One thing I really, really dislike about this industry, and one of the things, the protectiveness of locations.
Yes.
And like I reached out, there was a guy that he's from Canada. He was on YouTube, and he looked like he was in a great spot. And I thought, okay, well, he kind of generally lives in the same area as me. So I reached out to him. I said, oh, where's this location? Oh, I can't tell you that. Why? Why can't you tell me that?
Yeah.
Like, right. What is there to hide?
Like he owns that or something?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like if anybody would reach out to me and ask me where the church is that I go to all the time, because it's super haunted, I would tell them. Mm-hmm. It's in Ringwood.
Right. You get a lot of hunters and a lot of different, investigators who, will pick and choose where they go, but they won't tell you where they're going because, oh, it's my space. I want it first. Nobody else can come and investigate, which is absolutely stupid. We're all in this together. We're one big family is what we are. And we need to start acting like it amongst ourselves, not only within our own teams, but also as a whole team together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let me I'm going to turn the question around to you guys. Okay. Obviously, because my through the lens stuff, I ask questions. So if I lost my train of thought, what I was going to ask you. Oh God, go on. I'll remember what I was going to ask. I just lost my train of thought. It's weird.
Just cut me off if you figure it out. We'll go straight to that. So, new products for ParaPost for the website or for the app. What are you thinking that you're going to be coming up with next? I mean, right now you have the ParaPost Gold and the Bronze or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
So, do you have any ideas of new products that are going to help the app? Or
yeah, I'm actually there is actually something that's going to be in the works in the next month or two.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope people are going to like it. We're going to have like a type of marketplace within the app as well. So if people want to sell their equipment, old equipment, buy new equipment, whatever, they're going to be able to sell it on ParaPost as well. So that's going to be coming up. It's going to. I'm not going to call it marketplace because of copyright issues, but it's going to be called something else. Paraplacement. Yeah, it's not a bad name actually. So that's going to be coming up. But after that, there's going to be little features here and there. But my main goal is to get live streaming. That's what I'm heading towards. But I'm telling you, it's definitely not cheap. I think when the last time I was on your show, I put the price.
I think so.
What the platform was going to be. It's not cheap.
No, I imagine
like think of a price and then times it by about 10.
Yeah.
It's not cheap, but we're going to do. Jordan, who's the IT website designer for Global, we've decided we're going to take it step by step. Like we're going to do a little bit here, then a little bit there, and just move along and do it in steps. And then eventually it will be its own platform. So, but Paramarket, that's not bad.
I do like that.
Yeah, even Kara agrees.
Yeah, right? Paramarket. Do you guys know what the ghost is called?
Oh, I forgot his name. What was his name?
Everybody's just staring at me, waiting for me to say the name.
I forgot his name.
The ghost name is Para.
Yes.
Gosh.
Yeah.
That was it. How did I not know that?
Yeah, the ghost name is Para. Now, my partner hated it. My ex-partner hated it. Hated the name. But, I just thought it was fitting. But, it's I like where it's going. I like where it's going right now, and it's just getting better and better and better. And there's going to be a lot more things coming down the road. And, there's obviously going to have, you see the blue check marks on some of the names. That's going to entail something down the road as well. There's just a lot of things that are going to be changing over the next year. So, but what I'm hoping is by this time next year, we'll have the live. And Stephen, you're about, let me see, about 10 times away from that.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Well, I mean, with how big the platform is, I mean, I can see it.
Yeah.
And then having to, add the live streams and, wanting to get live streams and stuff in there. Yeah, it's not going to be cheap at all.
The hosting itself is probably about, and I'll give this away. The hosting itself is probably going to be about $20,000 to $30,000 a year.
Oh wow!
Wow.
So it's not cheap, but if I knew then what I know now, I might have had second thoughts. But no, I'm just kidding. I love it, and it's growing, and that's what I like. And hopefully, hey, listen, and I'm the first one to say this, it's not perfect. It's definitely not perfect. I don't claim it to be perfect.
And it doesn't have to
be. And sometimes going from one page to another can buffer a little bit. But, when Facebook started this exact same way. Their site was shit when it first came out.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying my site is shit. Let me just say that. I just saying Facebook was at the beginning stages. It had to start somewhere too. So that's where I am right now. So
exactly.
But, I just want people to enjoy it. And, if you enjoy it, you get something out of it, then I've done my job.
Exactly. Exactly. All right. Well, if anybody has any questions about ParaPost Network, go ahead and throw them out now. Anybody on the panel, if you guys have questions, go ahead, throw them out now.
Am I going to get that thing that Matt got last week?
What thing?
What was that? The last question was you popped something out on this.
You're getting it. You're getting it, buddy. Don't worry, you're getting it. You'll get it.
I am so lost right now. I wasn't on for the one last week, so I am lost.
Well, let me refresh your memory here.
Yeah, I'm not good with those type of things.
so yes, we'll close out the show with your spirited question. But right now, before we close out the show, let's go ahead and touch a little bit on the global ghost hunt, because this global ghost hunt is still in the works. You're getting everything put together. You have a fantastic administration team. Not saying that just because I'm part of it, but
yes, you are. Don't lie.
I was.
No, but seriously,
self-promotion, man.
Exactly. Now, what is Brian? What is your exact goal with the global ghost hunt?
Well, there's a lot of goals. But I obviously a global event that can be seen all over the world. All these people all over the world can see these wonderful people that are investigating different methods, different types of investigators, all those wonderful things that people don't always see. My real goal is, and I don't know if I should say what my real goal is, because that might give away a lot of stuff. My real goal is to eventually, and Marcus, because I told you, my real goal for the global ghost hunt is have separate divisions all over the world that can put on their own global ghost hunt twice a year. So that is the key. That is the goal. I go back to what I did with ParaPost Network app and the Facebook page, that it's just about everybody getting to know everyone.
Yeah.
Everybody growing, everybody networking. And I remember what I was going to talk about earlier, which it's kind of a nice segue to what I just said. I think the key, if we were, that was weird. Who's that? I think the real key is when it comes to paranormal investigators and what we all do and really coming together as one. I really think if we got rid of these people that divide us, I think we'd be taken a lot more serious in the industry. And the government would take us more serious in the industry, because there's always this fighting and this bickering and this drama. Do you think the government wants to have anything to do with that? Not that they don't have any drama themselves, but it's just, I think if we were able to get rid of all that stuff, we might be taken a little more seriously in what we do. But the global ghost hunt was really about showcasing teams, locations. And like I say on the website that's going to be coming out, as paranormal investigators, we all know when we go to those locations, there's a lot of locations that are being torn down for whatever the reason, whether it's vandalism, whether it's people aren't knowing about these locations and going there. It's many factors. And it's also about preserving the historical buildings that are getting torn down every year. So it's about getting them noticed as well. It's just not about the paranormal investigators. It's about these historical, amazing places that are getting torn down. I don't know much about the Waverly Hill thing. Is it Waverly Hills that they're going through all that stuff? I don't know much about it, but it's just all kinds of crap that's going on. And I don't know about you guys, but I love historical buildings. I think they have so much to offer, and there's so much a part of our history, whether you're in the States or whether you're in Canada or whether you're in the UK, wherever you are, they're getting torn down. And this is what the global ghost hunt is about as well. It's about the locations. And maybe there's a location that it's not doing very well right now, and it's losing money. And all of a sudden, a team that joins is going to do that location. Well, now people know about that location, and maybe they'll start going there and investigating there, and that business can survive instead of getting torn down and made into a condo or parking lot or whatever is going to be built there. It's just, there was many reasons why I did this. And the two main reasons were the locations and the paranormal investigation teams, because there are, like I said earlier, and I've said a few times, there are amazing teams out there that are just not getting seen.
Exactly.
And if they do for the hour and a half they're up there doing the live, then Global Ghost Hunt has done its job.
Exactly.
And that's what I want to provide to people. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's too late, which is very sad, which is true.
Yeah, that's true. And sometimes it is too late, but if we can somehow save some of these locations, then, like I said, Global Ghost Hunt has done its job, and the administration team. Because you know what, I talk about the locations, and I talk about the paranormal investigation teams that are going to be joining. I can't forget the administration team. That's part of it as well. You know, they're helping. They're putting in their time to help. So they should be recognized as well.
Right.
You know, and there's a lot of things that I plan to do for the website, and I'll give another thing away for the website that I plan to do. Well, I'll give a couple of things. You know, we're going to have like sponsors. We're going to have like donations and stuff like that. What I want to do, and Jordan thinks it's an amazing idea, and some of the administration does as well, that if they donate $1, so I'm going to build a separate page. They donate $1, they're going to go up on that page. So the name's going to go up in the page, and if they have a website, that link is going to go underneath, and people that are in the website can click on that link, and it will go right to their website or their Facebook page to help them build more business for themselves. You know, because there's going to be a lot of people going to this site. So why not help build them too? There's another thing that I plan to put on the website. I don't know if you know this, Marcus, but because I find the administration, obviously everybody on the administration is amazing. So what I want to do for them as well is two things. Obviously, we're going to have merchandise up on the site. And then eventually what I'm going to put up there as well, all the people in the administration, if they have merchandise, they're going to be able to put that up on the site as well. Because why shouldn't you guys be making money from your merchandise so you can go out to locations and get better equipment and stuff like that? So your merchandise is going to go up on the site, you know, so people can see it. The second thing I wanted to do for the administration team, have you guys ever heard of an RSS feed? Do you know what that is?
Heard of it.
So basically what you can do is, for example, let's say Minnesota Spirit Hunters page, Facebook page.
Yeah.
I will be able to put it up on the site through an RSS feed, which means that Marcus, now if he posts something on Facebook, it automatically goes up on the site.
Oh.
So when people go to the site and they see all these people that are part of the administration links, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Instagram, whether it's whatever, they can click on that and it will automatically go to your page so they can start following you.
Wow.
And you know, that's what I mean. This is just not about me. It's never about me. It's about everybody else. And
exactly.
I want everybody to grow and everybody to be noticed. Why can't Minnesota Spirit Hunters have 2 million subscribers, 2 million followers? Why not? Why not? You know, same thing with Matt. Why can't Matt have 4 million subscribers? You know, or like he's got 5,000 in his P3 program. You know what I mean? I know that's a big number, but you guys know what I mean. Yeah. So, you know, but why shouldn't you? Why should there be somebody on YouTube that has 4 million subscribers and we all know he fakes videos? Like why?
Yeah.
We go out and bust our ass doing videos, filming them, getting the teams together, paying for the places sometimes, and coming home and then have to go through 25 hours of editing and get 15 views on a video.
Yeah.
When these people are faking videos and getting 200,000 views.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, you know, and you know, and this is what I want to do for everyone. And that's is going to be a part of it for sure. The RSS feed that I wanted to do, I think it's really going to help a lot of people grow. And as soon as you put up a post on your Facebook, it'll automatically go up on the site. People will be on the site and go, oh, who's Minnesota Spirit Hunters? They can click on it and we'll go directly to your Facebook.
Oh my gosh, that'd be cool.
So, you know, and that's what I wanted to do for the administration team as well.
Absolutely. Man, that would be awesome. And this website is going to be available on the 7th, correct?
It's launching Thursday.
Looking forward to it.
2 days.
I'm nervous, to be honest. I'm nervous because me and you guys know when it comes to tech stuff, something always goes wrong. Jordan's going to call me up and go, oh, by the way, we're not going to be able to go up till Friday. Oh,
oh, don't say that. Don't say that, because then it's going to happen. You know, knock on wood. Knock on wood.
Where's the piece of wood?
You guys see the abuse I have to take here?
Somebody knock on wood for me, please.
Well, she was just knocking on my head, so there you go.
I got you.
There's nothing in here. It's all hollow.
Shush. All right, guys. Well, if anybody has any questions for Brian or for the team, feel free to go ahead and leave those. We are reaching the end tonight because this one should be in bed already. But Brandon, what's up?
See, look at here's 13 Spirits Paranormal. He's that's Dom. He's with the multimedia.
Yeah,
he gets 3 to 4 views on his video.
Yep,
on YouTube. And he's a real investigator. He's a great paranormal investigator and a good friend. He's from Quebec.
Okay.
Cool. Wow, awesome.
Yep. Sorry for cutting you off, Marcus.
No, you are just fine. What's up, Brandon?
So what location are we doing for the global ghost hunt?
Well, I can answer that for you.
No. Is it the Boyd House?
It is not.
You want to know something, and I think I mentioned this before, the Boyd House. The Boyd House was our very, very, very first feature on ParaPost Network.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Like our episode or just the
Boyd House? Feature meaning that her logo was up and featured. So when you clicked on it, it went right to her site.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I thought that was funny when you guys were going to the Boyd House because, you know, it's just going back and remembering speaking to her and asking her if she wanted to be featured on the site. And she said yes. Yeah. So it was funny when I found out. You guys went there last November, right? Was it
December.
November?
Yep. Yeah, it was November.
November? I thought it was November. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Brandon, so there's a choice between 2 locations right now. The one that mainly we're focusing on is not set in stone right now, but it's a big possibility that we're doing the USS North Carolina. Big battleship boat.
When is that?
We're planning on doing it for the May Global Ghost Hunt.
Okay.
And what's Deborah asking? Deborah here, Canadian here. What is his name again? I will check him out. Are you talking about 13 Spirits? 13 Spirits Paranormal? Yeah. He does both. He does English and French.
Minnesota has cool places, and Minnesota has phenomenal places to investigate. The Palmer House Hotel is a awesome. Mike and Rachel were just there, and we've been there before, and it is a awesome place to be. However, not a good place for kids. I can say that personally.
Definitely not.
So, But no, we had Rochelle, just freaking out
Yes,
because spirits
Deborah.
are getting in her face and stuff.
Yes,
so.
Deborah in Quebec. He's in Quebec.
So, all right, guys. Well, we have officially reached the end of the show.
I hate when the
Ryan-
show's over.
I
I hate it when the show's over.
Actually,
We could probably
it's
go
not
on
over
for
yet.
another hour, I'm sure.
we could go on for hours, Brian, just
Yeah.
talking,
yeah.
about anything and everything,
Oh,
honestly.
yeah, for sure. I love it. I love doing these shows because, one, I get to meet new people, and I get to meet new people that come into the room, and just talking about the paranormal. It's just, it never gets dull. Never, ever gets dull.
What?
I love everything about it.
Well, why don't we spice it up a little bit, Brian?
Uh-oh.
It's time. It's time for you to get what Matt got, huh?
Oh, no. Yeah, that scares me.
It's time for your spirited question. If anybody doesn't know what it is, it's a new segment on the third season of Minnesota SpiritCast where we pull burning questions from people off of Google who search these questions, and they are the most burning questions in the paranormal. Now, Brian, your question tonight, and it might not make sense, and I can kind of clarify for you.
Well, because your one last week didn't make sense either.
Which one? I'm sorry, what was the question?
I forget what the question was towards Matt. I think you were saying it one way and the word should have been said the other way. Forget what it was. Do you guys remember?
I have it written down here. Why is it bad?
I remember sitting there with Matt, and me and Matt kind of looked at each other. We're like, I think that was supposed to be switched.
No, okay. So this was my question for Matt. Why is it bad to revoke during an investigation?
It's supposed to be pre-voke.
Pre-voke.
Yeah, that's right. Or actually, is Canadian provoke. That's Canadian term.
Hey, you know what?
Provoke. It's not pre-voke. It's provoke.
You're right here. We're right below you. So
Yeah.
So, all right. So your question tonight, Brian, is: does random or coincidence have a law in the paranormal field?
Repeat that question.
Raina Ann, please stop. Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm taking that from you. Does random or coincidence have a law in the paranormal field? And they make you think a little bit, so that's why we want to do them.
Yeah. Coincidence or random? That's what you're asking me?
Yes. So
I don't believe be honest, I don't believe in coincidences. I think everything happens for a reason.
Absolutely.
I'm a strong believer in that. I'm not sure about the random though. I don't see for myself. I see them being two different things, obviously, but yeah, coincidences for me. There's no such thing as coincidence. I think everything happens for a reason. Yeah. So random things happening. Random things happening. I think random things happen all the time, don't they? Yeah. So I don't like the question. Give me another one.
Look down.
You know what? Thanks, everybody.
You can tell. You can tell he's French, Jay.
Thanks for correcting.
That's definitely not how you spell provoke.
Marcus, you are you're not. I'm not gonna let you live that one down. I hope you know that.
Neither is Kara.
I don't think Brian will either.
No, it's okay.
No, you know who's not going to let me live it
Matt.
down?
Matt. And I think we all. I think we could have all said that at the same time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but
I love Matt.
Brian, I absolutely have to agree with you. Coincidence, there's no such thing in the paranormal field. It's either paranormal or it's not paranormal. It doesn't happen on coincidence.
No.
However, random, there are things, even on our investigations, that have happened just so randomly that... Brandon, what's up?
Boyd House, pennies.
Oh my gosh. So
randomly showing up all over the house.
Yeah. So let me
see. That's funny you say that. It's fun. See, I don't think of it that way as randomly. I think it's just something that was meant to happen.
Yeah.
I don't look at it being random. If something happens in the place because it was meant to happen. I don't look at things like that as random. So
well, see, here's the weird thing. You know, there's multiple rooms to this house, and I mean, it was a long episode. Not everybody probably sat through it, because I'm going to be honest, I didn't even sit all the way through it. It was too long.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I couldn't sit through the whole thing, even though I did all the editing and everything. We are in the works of shortening that episode and putting it back on YouTube for people to see.
Okay.
So,
okay.
But
is it a good place though? Is it a good place?
It's awesome. Yeah. It's a phenomenal house. The weird thing is that there's so many rooms on one floor alone. On the second floor, you got your basement, then you got your ground level, then you got your living level, basically, and then you have your attic. Now, the third level is where all the bedrooms are, and there's at least 2 playrooms there. And one of the playrooms, me and our former junior investigator were filming in this room. And all of a sudden, we see a stack of pennies. And it was really weird. And they wasn't there before. Now, again, we turn our backs and we turn back around, and in a spot that we clearly knew was nothing there was 2 stacks of pennies. And there were stacks of pennies all over this room, only this room. And it was a kid's room, so kids like to play jokes on you. They like to prank you while you're investigating or whatever. We've dealt with it many times.
Yeah.
It is my belief that the kids were actually trying to mess with us a little bit.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
It was
I wouldn't consider that random, though.
Marcus, I'm sitting in my car right now, right? And as we're talking about this, the random, whatever, I'm not kidding you. I'm looking at my window, and I have a spider crawled down my window.
You lost me at spider.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to purchase something in the States, like a haunted location. Mm-hmm. And I was actually, what is that? What was that?
I have no idea.
I have no idea what that is.
I have no idea. Where'd it go? Right there. Preventive?
Perverted? No.
Did you say perverted?
Yeah. I'm missing ours.
Okay, so that is totally random.
Yes. Oh, good Lord.
That's my mind. Sorry.
I was actually I called, and I was me and a friend out here. Out here, we're interested in purchasing the Conjuring house when it was up for sale. And we were in talks with the guy about purchasing that. And unfortunately, I was going to have to go through so much red tape. Because when you're Canadian trying to buy something in the States, when it's put it up for a business, there's so much red tape you have to go through. Mm-hmm. But
anyone speak Spanish?
That was totally random.
I'm trying to figure out what that says.
Anyone speak Spanish?
No. Actually,
sorry, Deborah. No, I don't think any of us speak Spanish.
Actually, I've got nothing faces there, so I'm scared to know what it says.
I did 1.5 years of high school Spanish.
Yeah.
That was years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm sure about that one. People say coincidence is actually us being in tune. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
It's always possible.
Absolutely. Oh, okay. Yep. Kid spirits love to play with pennies.
This type is
hold on.
Yeah, Dom's funny. Dom's a great guy.
Shush, Carl.
He's trying to say provoke, I think. Yes, that's what he was trying to say.
Si habla español.
Speak Spanish?
It's actually Spanish.
I heard something about I heard something about speak Spanish.
Yeah.
It was French, not
okay.
It was French. It wasn't
French.
Spanish.
Okay.
Yeah. We can go on and on.
And now we're speaking French in the chat.
That's the end there, guys.
All right, guys.
Oh yeah, I know no French, so that's way over my head.
Use that Google Translate out.
Right. All right, guys.
Yes.
Well, we are going to go ahead and wrap up tonight's episode of Minnesota Spiritcast, but not to worry, because Brian, you get a double dose of Brian back to back. He will be back next Tuesday, same time, about 9:30, and 9:30 Central. That's 10:30 Eastern, and we will be talking about Huntaphobia, and we're going to touch a little more on the global ghost hunt. Our
Good things
audience
about
tonight-
Huntaphobia.
What's up?
Good things coming up about Huntaphobia.
I cannot wait to hear those, actually. Now, I have to say, now we're getting technical.
No.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
All right. So, everybody in our audience, you guys have truly been amazing. You guys were able to make us laugh and have a good time tonight. You guys were really active and supportive tonight, and we got a lot of people coming in and out. So you guys have been phenomenal. And our panel tonight, you guys are absolutely amazing. I appreciate you guys coming on, and right back at you, man.
Thank you for having me. It's been a lot of fun. I can't really see Mike very well, though.
He's been
It's like
hiding.
he's hiding in the shadows.
That's what I thought the whole time.
I'm here. He's lurking.
He's
lurking
the
at
strong
night.
silent type, right? The strong silent type. I like it. I like it a lot.
That's where your bump in the night comes from.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it. I like it.
All right, guys. Well, we are at the end of our show, but I couldn't be more thankful for everybody who's here. That is our panel, our guests, and our audience, of course. So make sure to catch us right back here next week at 9:30 Tuesday night, and that's Central Time, by the way. For Ryan, once again, we'll be talking about Huntaphobia. Lots coming up for Huntaphobia. Get your links. They are in the description right now. So go follow Huntaphobia. And we got the Minnesota Spirit Hunters links, and there's even the Global Ghost Hunt link down there too. So go check it out. Show some support to Brian for everything he does. Brian, you are truly an amazing asset in the field.
Oh, thank you. You guys are all
everything
amazing
you
too.
do. Everything you do will
amazing.
always be appreciated.
Every one of you is amazing.
Oh.
Thank you for having me.
Right back at you, man.
Thanks, man.
I thought so. That's fine.
Love you guys.
Okay.
Right back at you guys. All right, guys. We are going to go ahead and wrap it up. Brian, have a good night. We'll see you next week.
Okay.
All right. Later.
All right, bye.
Bye.
All right. So, Brandon, of course, you've been an amazing co-host. Appreciate you coming in. Nicole, even though you had technical difficulties, you still came back. You had a good time with us. Mike and Rachel, it's been a while.
Yes.
But it was amazing having you guys on the show.
It was fun.
Having you guys on again.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So
absolutely, and looking forward to you guys at our next investigation too. So
yeah,
definitely.
So while I got y'all's attention right now, speaking of our next episode, guys, it is the 5th. 7 days. We are 7 days away from posting up our brand new episode. I believe it's 7 days. It airs on the 12th.
Is that the one that we started to watch, The House?
It is.
Okay.
It is. So while I got your all's attention right now,
7 days.
What's up?
7 days.
7 days. Yep. All right. So if you guys have not seen this yet, we're going to show a quick trailer for the next episode of Minnesota Spirit Hunters. This is the season 2 premiere. The season of cemeteries. It's going to be super interesting to see what we get this season. But once again, panel, you guys have been amazing. Brian is truly a great guest. And it's going to be phenomenal having him on next week. So, all right. Well, I will see you guys later. You guys have a good night, and make sure to stay tuned for the trailer of Greenwood Cemetery. So
thanks, guys.
Absolutely, and thank you. You guys have a fantastic night.
You as well. Thanks.
Have a good night.
All right, here is the trailer once again for the Greenwood Cemetery season 2 premiere episode, followed by the P3 video. We'll see you guys next week with Bryan-Jon Laverty once again. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good night and happy hunting. right, so we have traveled all the way to Superior, Wisconsin. So a lot more people are trying to come in to me. So set.
They like that lurker box, dude.
There it goes, man. Stop messing with us, please. Fucking no.
People come and people go through high streets we know. Dark and light.